Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Cup Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I'm not drinking anything because I just had breakfast, so I'm not thirsty. So there's that. But as always, and of course, with me, as always, I have my cup mug here. Um, get your cup mug and all of your cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Her.
I'm like, y'all watched us talk about the season. Y'all know I have one too. I'm just traveling right now and can't travel with her anymore. But hi, I'm Logan Riff. Say something gay. I'm very tired. Say something gay today. Hence why I have an Alani New Energy drink. Not sponsored, but Jesus, I wish I was. I would love that. So please and thank you. This is Pink Slush, and it's pretty good. It's very abrasively strawberry.
Love that.
In a pretty decent way, I will say. So,
Or,
and what else was abrasive and sweet at times was this Love Island reunion.
yeah, we are back talking Love Island for the last time this season, and what a way to end it. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? We might just pop up, just talk Love Island. I don't know. Who knows what might happen?
Here's the thing. We both, I think, collectively came out of this reunion being like, that's it?
Yeah. It felt like there should be more. And I know they recorded for about 11 hours or so, or supposedly, allegedly recorded for 11 hours. And I'm like, if we recorded for that long, and out of all that footage,
why is it an hour and 20
minutes? An hour and 20 minutes. Like,
one episode of an hour and 20 minutes.
I really feel like they have so much more that they could share that they're choosing not to share, or maybe they'll bring it up later at another time. I don't know, but we're going to get all up in this reunion and do a full deep dive into the reunion and everything. But first, before we do, y'all know what to do. We've been here all season talking Love Island, and now this is coming to an end. So if you haven't subscribed by now, what are you waiting on? Please do that. Subscribe to this channel and all of our other channels. All those links will be in the description below. And also our audio podcast channels links will be down there as well. So if you need to listen to us on the go, we appreciate you. We see y'all listening on Spotify and all the other podcast platforms. We see you. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. And our Patreon is also down there as well. So if you want to get early access from all four channels and exclusive content across all four channels, you will join our Patreon, and we will appreciate that as well. So let's get into it, because I definitely took notes. I definitely am ready to talk about everything about the reunion. You about to say?
I was going to say, Lana, I want to know your overall thoughts. I think starting with overall thoughts, because I know I have some overall thoughts, and of course we're going to dive into everything. But
yeah,
what was your feeling coming out of this reunion? Because I'm curious if it was the same as mine.
Okay, I want to add on to that addendum. I want to ask what your feelings were going into the reunion, and then what was your feelings coming out of the reunion.
I love that.
Right. Yeah. So going into the reunion, I was very much anticipating a lot of people clearing the air, not messy, like not drama. A messiness is not what I was looking for. I wanted to see people to clear the air about what happened. Some things that happened in the villa, something that happened post villa, social media aspects of it. I was excited to see people finally clearing the air and coming to some sort of resolution, some answers, some questions that had to be answered from certain islanders and certain people outside of the villa, how they moved or how to switch up was crazy for some people outside of the villa. And so I went in there anticipating that they'll have time to air those things out. We would get some clarity about some of the things that happened in the villa that people were confused about because they only saw their own perception of it and not what we saw. And I wanted some kind of resolution between a lot of people. That was what I was expecting and hoping for going into the. Did I get that? Sort of. It was some clarity on certain things, but then I felt like it was not resolved a lot of things. I felt like people just left it like it is what it is, instead of here's the reason, this is it, and then we're, at this right here. It was just more like, well, this is why, and this is, it just felt very chaotic and not finished. It felt unfinished to me. Like I left this reunion with more questions than answers, and it felt unfinished. And I also I felt like we focused on the wrong things in this reunion. Certain things should have been focused on, and we didn't focus on that. So, what about you?
Yeah, I think I definitely agree. I went into this, there were obviously a lot of main points. Like, we wanted to see how the final couples were doing. We knew that would be at least part of it, probably towards the beginning. But obviously there was a lot to resolve coming out of the season. We knew there was going to be talk about the Aaron and Kaylor of it all. We knew what we were going to talk about, Robin, Andrea, and Leah, and the Andrea elimination, which we'll talk about, because truthfully, I'm thrilled that they showed the whole damn unedited scene. Even though it took about 15 minutes of this reunion, I am happy we saw it, and I'm excited to talk about it. But more than anything, I wanted to see, like, I agree with you. I wanted to see resolution. I wanted to see, people standing on business. I wanted to see people holding themselves accountable without other people having to hold them accouable. That's what I wanted to see the most.
Absolutely.
Did we get that? A little bit.
A little bit.
We got it from a few people. It's not the main people, but we did get that from a few people. But I do agree with you. I come out of this reunion just like, genuinely, I'm like, what the fuck was this? Like, and I will say straight away, my biggest frustration with this reunion, and it comes from a lot of different people and a lot of people that I do really like, and I'm going to criticize them where they deserve to be criticized, in my opinion. But my biggest frustration coming out of this reunion is that a lot of people decided they just wanted to talk over people instead of letting people speak what they needed to say. And I'm going to say straight right out the bat, Leah and Liv were the two people that I was like, shut the fuck up and let people speak. I understand these are not people that you particularly like necessarily, and I understand that it's people that you obviously had like arguments with in the villa. That's fine. Let people speak their business and let them stand on their business without you literally talking over every single fucking word they're saying. Let me make this very clear as well. Not the world's biggest fan of Andrea. Not the world's biggest fan of Rob. Definitely not a fan of Aaron. But they deserve to have the time to say what they need to say without being constantly interrupted by someone. And that just, for us, it made the reunion very difficult to watch for me. As I will say, someone who is a little neurospicy, I'm trying to keep track of all the conversations. I can't. And that might just be a processing thing on my end. I'll be 100% honest. But I just really left a lot of the conversations that we had feeling very frustrated, because I know what it feels like to not be able to speak your piece, regardless of what side of, a situation that you're on. I am always someone that I want everyone to be able to speak their piece, whether they're in the right or in the wrong. I want everyone to be able to verbalize their feelings, because at the end of the day, everyone's feelings are valid, whether you're in the right or in the wrong.
Right.
And especially coming out of the Aaron and Kaylor situation.
Yes.
I agree everything Aaron, we'll talk about it more. I agree
We'll talk
everything
about it.
Aaron did was wrong.
Absolutely.
But he deserved his opportunity to speak, and Liv and Kaylor, in my opinion, did not give him that.
Yeah.
To the extent that I think he should have been able to.
No, I agree. I agree with that point. That was one thing that I was like, y'all need to let people talk. That was what I kept saying throughout the whole like watching. I was like, let them talk. Let them say what they need to say. Like, let them get it out so we can have a real conversation. They respond, you respond. They respond.
This was not a conversation.
Respond.
It was talking at people.
It was talking at people. It was really just talking at people. But yeah, it was a lot of that. And I was like, okay, we don't need that. But I want to start with, on a lighter note, on a different note than what we, before we get into the juiciness and the main stuff of this reunion. First, we have to talk about, and I said this at the finale episode that I was going to pay homage to the one and only and the beautiful host Ariana Madix, and because she deserved to get her flowers.
Yay.
So these are her looks, all the looks that she gave us this season, and we could discuss our faves. We could talk about the ones.
My goodness.
I know for me, my top 3 that I love.
I'm curious if it's the same top 3.
It's this number 5 look with the ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
Loved down that look. That's probably my favorite look from her this season. This number 2 look, her finale look.
Okay, yeah.
Amazing. I thought she looked stunning.
Yeah.
And I am going to have to give it to this pink look. Number 9. That pink look. She ate up. All
right. I think my top 3, it's really difficult because honestly, these are all a serve.
Yeah, she ate.
Like, she's incredible. I think my top 3, I agree with you on number 5. I think number 5 is probably my favorite. If you're listening to us, I'm so sorry that we're not giving you the visual.
I can't just describe it.
It's the sheer dress with the blue. I think she wore
blue
it
and the orange. Yeah, and she has the long ponytail. It's
number 4, the gold moment. The gold moment does it for me so fiercely. And then I have to give it to the lingerie night look, number 10, because she just is so good. Honorable mention though to number 1.
Yeah. That is an honorable mention.
The yellow with the cutouts.
The yellow with the cutouts. Love that one. So I wanted to give Ari her flowers. She kind of ate this season, and I said we didn't give her looks over the season, but Ariana Madix, you ate up this season. So, but let's talk fashion with the Islanders this season and how they came to the red carpet or the pink carpet. So we're going to start in the order of them being dumped from the island. So this is how I have it. And the first 4 people dumped, we have Koi, we have Hannah, we have Hakeem, and we have Andrea. So let's start with...
Are we just talking fashions right now?
Yeah, we're just talking fashion.
Okay.
Nothing about what the episodes or what they did. Just fashion. So let's start with Koi's fashion. Look, it's just fitting for us because we do Project Runway, we do Drag Race, we talk fashion all the time. Yeah. It's just fitting. We talk.
I'm just trying to figure out where the energy was with that, but yes.
We're just talking fashion, not the person, just fashion. So let's start with Koi's fashion. The red vest with the black pants, the Chanel brooch. What are we thinking, Logan?
I like it.
Me too.
I think he looks really good.
He really does. I think he looks great in this. I was like, okay, Koi, I see you. It's some people, I saw people like, he should have did red on red instead of red and black or black on black. I was like, I kind of like the red on black. I think he looks good. It looks good for this occasion. Okay, we move to Hannah in her pink dress.
I want to like this, and it's not bad. She's definitely not worst dressed. I'll say that
No,
much. No surprise whatsoever. Her tits are popping out.
no, that's who she is.
Um, so I don't have much to say.
This dress is giving me too much prom. Like, it's very prom 2013, very quinceañera, smaller version of a
It's so
quinceañera
quince.
dress.
No, you're so Lana. You're so right. It's so quince.
Especially with the hair, especially with her
Yeah.
hair, it's just and the makeup. She's giving me very quinceañera, or it's my super sweet 16. Like,
Totally.
it's just not. It's not giving how I want. But Hannah is a bad chick, and I want to say that I do like Hannah. I do think she's a beautiful, beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. And we're gonna talk about her comment in the reunion later. But beautiful girl. Just not it in this look. And yeah. Okay. We move to Casual Hakeem.
Who?
Casual Hakeem.
And that's all I have to say.
I mean, you know what? Honestly, I'm not that mad at the look. I'm not mad at the look because it's a comfortable, casual look. He knew his role. He know he ain't the main character. He don't need to dress up because ain't nobody gonna really care that much about what he was wearing anyway. And this is a good streetwear. Like, if this was somebody on the street walking down the street, you'd be like, "Oh, he put together. He cute. He's nicely dressed." So I think this is a perfectly fine outfit for who he was and who his role was that he played at this reunion. So I'm not that mad at the look. It's very comfortable, casual. You know, I'm not mad at it. I don't think it was a horrible look. I think he looks fine. I think he looks fine for what he was there to do. Let's move on to Andrea.
I think she looks stunning. I do.
I don't.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think this looks like a nightgown, and it doesn't look like a good nightgown. It looks like it just looks like a one of those. Oh, I'm putting on my little frilly nightgown for night. It's
fair. I think
it doesn't give.
I will say personally, I think I like it more bust up. So like the way the dress falls on her décolletage, her hair and makeup, I think that's what I like the most. Seeing the full look, I do agree with you, but I think from what we saw of most of the reunion, I think she looks fine.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I think she's beautiful, and I feel like whoever styled her could have done better, but it's not horrible. It's just not my favorite. Just not my favorite. All right, we move to our next three who was released from the island. It was Connor, Cassidy, and Nigel. Let's start with Connor.
Who?
I mean, it's giving very Prince Little Mermaid, Prince Eric vibe here. It's not horrible. It's just nothing. It's really just like he just grabbed a shirt and some pants out of his closet and moved on. Like, I don't think he put any thought into this look. It was no thought, no effort. It was just like, let me grab a pair of pants, put on this shirt, and call it a day.
I think Cassidy looks gorgeous.
Cassidy is beautiful. I like the dress. I don't like the color on her. I feel like it washes her out.
I don't like the color on her either.
It washes her out. I wish it was like a blue.
I wish it was a brown.
Like a chocolate brown?
Yes, because I actually think that would either that or go like off-white. Because I think this specific tone of taupe, I'm going to call it taupe because that's what I feel like it is. It looks fine on her. And it looks fine with her body skin tone. Yes. But her face, it does wash out her face. So I either need it like an off-white or I need it like a chocolate brown. Because I think either of those would have really complimented, because she's got gorgeous bone structure. Her eyes are gorgeous. And I just think she could have been complimented a little bit better.
Yeah. I would have liked to see her like either, if this was like a sky blue, a light blue, or a lilac, purple.
Oh, sure. Okay.
It would have been so pretty on her.
Or something bold, like an electric green or something.
Yeah, something Yeah, something else.
I wanted
Just a
something
different.
bold, and we're not getting bold.
No, it's just it. But the dress itself is designed well. It's beautiful. I love the cup, the hip part of the dress. I just feel
Mhm.
like the color just washes her out, and so she just looks
Mhm.
faded away. Nigel, same thing as Connor. He just grabbed a shirt and grabbed some pants, and apparently this
This
man
at
has
least
no idea what lotion is or Vaseline.
yeah.
He looks super ashy in the feet and the arms and the elbows and the fingers, but you can't see the fingers in this picture. But I was very annoyed. I was like, bruh, you don't know what lotion is. You don't have Vaseline, cocoa butter, shea butter, something. Look at those feet. Look like he was kicking flour before he put them shoes on. Ugh, disgusting to me. But the outfit, meh, meh. You were about to say I interrupted.
Oh, I don't care enough to say anything else about this man, honestly.
I
We
mean,
can
you
move.
you were about to say at least his outfit is.
At least he's a little bit more interesting than Connor.
Yeah, I mean the white pants with the striped black shirt is definitely more exciting than the black pants and the white plain shirt. Well,
I
well,
don't need to speak on any of these people any longer.
we move to our next three who got eliminated, which is Dea, Catherine, and Liv. And honestly, all three of these were really good looks.
These are three of my favorites of the night.
Dea,
I think Dea is actually my favorite of the night. I gotta be honest. I love this color on her. I gotta be real. Like, I love the color and the shape of this is so, so good.
I mean, it's beautiful. I'm gonna say my favorite of the night, but it's definitely in the top.
It's definitely up there.
It's definitely in the top. She looks beautiful. Hair slayed, makeup on point. This dress fits her perfectly. I love the long, slinky, and even the long, like the long sleeves with like Elvira like sleeves where it cups over the hand. I love
Yeah.
this look on her. She ate. She ate. You cannot deny. No matter what you feel about her character that was portrayed
Yes.
on the show, and I will say it was definitely a character that they portrayed on the show of this woman. After
Yeah.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
But
we will.
this dress is gorgeous. Dress is
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And I
Catherine
love Catherine's too.
ate down. I will here, look, and I'm going to say this. Y'all on the internet, y'all wrong and foul for saying that this girl came to this reunion trying to get revenge on Kenny wearing his favorite color and putting on the Janae hair because that is Janae hair. Because let's say that's how we saw Janae all summer, and we didn't see Catherine like that at all this summer. But she came with the inches. But y'all wrong for saying she did. But is it a could I see that a little bit, maybe? But no, I love Catherine. I think she's sweet and she's kind. And I wouldn't mind, like I said, I think I've said it in the season while we were talking about it. I would not mind seeing Catherine come back and be an OG girl if she wanted to.
I think, especially coming out of this reunion, if I was going to say you should take like the Rob effect, I really think it should be Catherine because I would like to get to know her more. And I think I think she maybe came out of this looking like one of the best. Like she was just, we'll talk about it. But I would love to see more of Catherine.
Yeah, she can't. She looks good. This is the best we've ever seen her on this season, and she looks stunning. And and here's the thing: we said that going in, I was like, she's a pretty girl, and I wanted, and everybody was like, and when she got in and she kept slicking her hair back, it was the whole she looks like a fish moment, and I'm like, you have to look at the jawline and the bone structure in this girl. She's pretty. She's very pretty, but you come to find out she's Dominican. I did not know that.
Yep.
I was like, oh, okay, good to know. And then Liv. I think Liv looks pretty, but I feel like this dress is a little simple. A little simple.
This dress does nothing for her shape, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I
that's
think
my biggest critique about it.
I think the hair doesn't go with the dress. But she looks pretty though. She looks pretty though.
Totally.
up next, we have Harrison, Sierra, and Daniela. Here's my thing. And everybody rolling their eyes and getting mad and talking about they don't care for Harrison. I think Harrison looks stupid good on this red carpet.
I think Harrison looked the best of the guys. I'll say that.
He looked so good.
Not a complete landslide, because there are some of the guys that look real good.
Some guys that look good. No, but Harrison
looks good.
He looks so good. Those shoes, and he matches it with those gray pants and then the pinstripe jacket, and then that blue tie that matches his eyes and just sets his eyes off. I thought Harrison ate down. And of course, he was going to give us the accessories because he's a gold and diamond dealer. So he's giving us all these accessories.
Oh my God, of course.
He is eating. I don't care what nobody say. Harrison is one of the tops in my book. He ate down and he looked good. And I was like, okay, Harrison, I see you.
Right.
You look good. Sierra in her vintage Chanel, I think it was. I think this is it was a simple dress. I wanted more. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I wanted more from Sierra because her fits in the villa ate down every time, 10 out of 10. She was never out of step in the villa. Yeah. And I want to see her come to this reunion just eating it up because she is one of the Casa girls that stayed the longest. And she is an integral part of, I wouldn't call her a side character like I would call like Hakeem and and Coy, like they're side characters. She's a supporting character.
Supporting actress.
A supporting character in the
best
story.
Supporting actress in a Love Island season.
Right.
Sierra
and Daniela, and they're supporting actresses.
And honestly, Harrison.
Yeah. Honestly, like these three are the supporting actors, and then the ones to follow are supporting actresses and whatever. But like, I feel like I wanted her to just show her fashion a little bit better in this, but it still looks pretty dressed. She still looks good in it. Her face card never.
Of course. And I have to say, I think Daniela looks adorable.
Absolutely.
I think you know what it's giving, Lana. She's giving very demure, very mindful. I have to say, I love whatever the print is on this, like the skirt situation. I love it's simple. Her makeup is good, clean, solid makeup. Her hair looks great. I think she looks very good.
She looks good. Wasn't mad at her. Wasn't mad at her.
Not at all.
And then we move on to our final four that left the villa. Before we get to our four, we got Cassie, Rob, Kayla, and Aaron. Cassie, I love this dress. This purple and this light purple and dark purple ombre effects. Ugh, I like this. I was like, Cassie, you look good, girl. Mm-hmm. You look good. I wasn't mad at it. Face is great. Hair is great. She looked great.
Yeah, I love the print on this dress. I think it's so good. This is definitely one of my favorite dresses of the night for sure. And I think, the makeup is clean and simple, like we were talking about with Daniela. The hair is good. Like, it shows off her figure. I did not realize how good of a figure she had, and I'm loving it for her. Gorge. Thank God Rob did not walk into this reunion in damn overalls.
I'm glad he didn't. And I will say, for Rob, this is a good look for Rob. Because this is Rob's style.
Yeah.
I love his boots. I love his boots. Like, his boots are everything to me. I was like, yes, boots. But they said it was some detailing on the back of the jacket, that we didn't get to see on the red carpet. But I think this is good. Could he have done without the cowboy hat? Sure, but I think the hat just makes it a little bit more interesting. I wish he would have tucked the hair. Like, don't have the hair hanging out the hat. Like, tuck the hair in the hat. So it just looks like you just have a hat on. But other than that, I think Rob looks fine. Looks good for this. And then we have Kayla in her red revenge dress, as she called it. I think Kayla looks good. I think she looks fine.
Sure. I'm not mad at it. I'm not
Okay.
blown away by this in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but
Um, and then we move on to Aaron. And I will say,
oh,
I'm not gonna do that to him about this look because this look is good.
he
He
looks good.
looks good, and that is
Yeah.
like I said, I'm just basing this off on looks. He looks
Right.
good. The suit is everything. I love the treble clef pendant he has on.
Yeah.
I think this green and brown together is good. It's good.
Yeah, he does look good.
It's good. Give me your flowers what flowers are due. Now we move on to our final four couples. We have Kendall and Nicole. Kendall looks good.
He does. Yep.
Kendall looks good. The white suit and the black, white on black is cute. It looks good. I like the suit.
He looks good.
Nicole, I don't like it. Not a fan.
It's a weird dress.
In the villa, this would have been perfect.
Yeah.
On this red carpet, it's too much.
No.
It's just too much. She looks beautiful. The dress just ain't given what I think needs to be given.
A lot of the girls look better than her, I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah. We move on to our final three.
Like
couple.
Janae.
Kenny and
Like
Janae. All right. Kenny looks good for Kenny. Kenny looks good.
Oh,
The
yeah.
suit fits perfectly. It's simple. It's right. It's simple but effective, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very Kenny. If Kenny would have came out and did something extraordinarily different and wild, we'd be like, who is this? This is Kenny. And I appreciate that for Kenny.
Yeah, I think it's simple but effective is exactly the right way to say to talk about Kenny's look here. I do like the no tie look with the open collar. Like it does. He looks very classy. Janae looks good.
Yes.
This dress does not do for her figure what I want it to. I'll be 100% honest. But I do still love this dress. And she looks gorge. So
here's the thing, and I agree with you about the difference. I feel like my good sis was trying to do something that we didn't see of her in the villa, because in the villa we saw all her curves. We saw curve after curve after curve. Everything she wore was tight fitting. Everything she wore was short. Everything she wore was, hugged her body like crazy. And this is hugging the body, but in a very classic, sophisticated way. It's giving me very Grecian goddess, very, I love this whole asymmetrical off the shoulder thing happening. And then it's still cinched in the waist because there's no denying her curves. You just can't hide all that she got. But I like the way the dress fits on her. But is it my favorite dress that I've seen her wear? No, but she still looks good. And then the face and the hair, beat the gauze. Beat to the gauze. So good. So good. Up next is our top two, Leah and Miguel. Miguel looks good. He looks fine. He looks good. I love a navy suit. And here's the thing, it's funny that he chose this color because this was like the same color he wore on finale night.
Yeah.
But in velvet. And so I love that that's what he went with. And then a simple black shirt and chain. It's simple and effective. It looks good for this occasion. It works.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
And I don't think this man could ever look bad because he's just fine in every sense of the word. And Leah's vintage Roberto Cavalli dress, beautiful. I'm not a fan of the bottom. I'm gonna be honest. Not a fan of all that at the bottom. If that dress was a straight that pattern that's at the top and it was straight down all the way, I would be like, yes, Leah. But she looks stunning in it, dude. It looks great on her.
I agree completely. Yeah, I like the patterning. I don't mind the bottom nearly as much personally, but she looks really, really good. So,
And then finally, Serena and Cordell giving us, gosh, who's that?
yeah.
Cordell, this is straight off the runway, off of the 2025 collection.
Yeah.
Ain't even out yet. And this is high fashion. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't get it. I didn't like the hat. I didn't like the. I mean, either
It's
the
not for
girlies.
you to get.
I'm about to say the girlies get it, and the girlies who don't. And I get it. He looks amazing. I love that he knows who he is and not trying to switch up on who he is. This is Cordell. We saw Cordell come into that villa, and his fits were always different from everybody else. Always, completely on his own level, and he just has his own personal style, and I love that about him. So this made sense to me to see Cordell come in here with that hat and this sweater and sweater vest, and I thought he looked great.
Yeah, I like I said, I think it's the people that the girls that get it, and the girls that don't. And I will be honest, I don't particularly get it, but I enjoy it on him because, like you said, this is Cordell's vibe. This is what he's done. This is the kind of thing we expect from Cordell. So I'm glad we're not seeing a switch up and just doing like. I am glad we got to see like the full suit moment on the finale because now we can really show like Cordell and like his perspective on it. But I want to talk about Serena looking insane
in another Roberto Cavalli dress.
I love it.
Her Bobbiana's bobbing. Just
she's got the fuck ass bob on, and I love it.
It is so good. It is so good.
I love.
She looks amazing. This is a tattoo dress, is what they called it, where all sides is supposed to be tattooed, like, and it's looking like it's tattooed on her skin. If that dress was skin toned, it would look like it's tattooed on her skin. It's beautiful. She looked stunning. Her makeup was great. Everything about this was amazing. They looked amazing, and I was very happy for them. They looked fire.
I agree.
But that is the fashions. Now let's get into the show because a lot of things was happening. My first part of the notes was like, I don't know why some of the people were there because they clearly didn't need to be there. Some of this could have been like they've been on Zoom calls. You know how they did Big Brother reunion in
some of them just didn't even need
COVID.
To be there, period.
During COVID time,
we didn't talk about Ariana because Ariana looked great in this reunion too.
I mean, I didn't pull up her dress. It was a red dress.
How dare you?
It was a red dress. We saw so
much. All her fashions other than this one. Wow, Lana.
We saw so many red dresses. We saw so many red dresses on this. Yeah. But yeah, Ariana did look
like
great,
literally there were like 5 or 6 people that I don't think said a single fucking word, but then just got hand-fisted into all of the Pizza Hut sponsored moments that they had throughout the damn episode. It was like, oh my God, don't you love this pizza? Oh my God, I wish I could take this pizza back outside with me because the drama is so hot that I wish I had pizza. I'm like, pizza. I just don't like Pizza Hut for a lot of reasons.
I mean, I like Pizza Hut, so.
I worked at one. That's why I don't like it.
That's fine. I don't have it enough for me. But we hear them all talking about how they were doing, how's after the villa like, little softball questions that Ariana was throwing at them, and it was interesting. Then they brought out the 4 finalists, and we're talking about how everybody was shooing. One thing Hannah mentioned that she was critiqued a lot about was her makeup on the show, and how she, it hurt a little bit, but she's still a bad bitch. She's still a bad bitch, so she don't really care.
She sure is.
And I was like, Hannah, two things could be true. You are still a bad bitch, but your makeup was hideous.
Your makeup was not great.
It was not.
The reunion, though,
still not good.
She looked good.
I thought
she looked good.
It was too harsh for that. It was too hard. I felt. See, and here's the thing: we saw her on socials with very soft makeup, and she looked stunning. I was like,
yes.
With that makeup and that dress, it probably would have worked better. It just felt like she was too hard on the face. But the crazy part about that was that after she said that, they showed a clip of all the memories and the Islanders and blah blah blah. And they showed her kissing people and leaving her makeup all over their face. They showed it from Kendall. They showed it with Hakeem. I was like, yes, baby, you were leaving your face on everybody else's face. That is what we were talking about. That's what we're saying. We're not saying there's anything wrong with you. We're saying you need to get some tutorials on how to soften up that makeup and then set it so it's not ending up on all the people's Kirsten's face. Like,
right. Yeah.
But, girl, she was like, but I'm a bad bee. I'm like, yeah, you are. But all two things can be true.
Two things definitely can be true at once.
Two things can be true at once. So then, like I said, the top 4 comes out. And we find out that PPG back on top. PPG still on top. PPG staying on top because all of PPG are cuffed up. All of them are cuffed up. Like, we knew about Serena and Cordell, which we loved. And we saw that little moment, and it was very cute. And we knew about Kenny and Janae. We saw their moment play out on social media, and it was beautiful. What we did not know about was that Leah and Miguel made it official on her birthday, which I thought was beautiful. And I was like, oh, that is so sweet. Miguel surprised Leah for her birthday and flew out to LA.
I love that.
Gave her a card, this little card with this long note, and at the end asked her to be his girlfriend, and she said yes. So I was like, that was a little nugget we didn't know. So I love that for them, that they made it official, and I'm happy for them. I'm very happy for them.
Yeah, I am too. Speaking of little nuggets we didn't know, PPG might be on top, but the other part of our top 4.
Well, I was going to get to that in just a second. I don't want to, because But yeah, we found out about that. And then we also found out about the sponsorship that we got from Cordell. His long-term goals are coming true.
I love it. I love it.
Cordell is sponsored officially by Cheez-Its with the Cordeezy Cheesy couple duo Cheez-Its, which should be coming out today, by the way.
Work. Okay.
So I'm going to get me a box of Cordeezy Cheesies. And
I need to too. I really want to.
I probably won't eat them because I think they're spicy. One is spicy, one is not. But I'm just going to keep the box because I just won't.
I will. Here's what I'll do. I'll go ahead. I'll try to get myself some. And I might put it on my socials. Just so that way someone's trying it. Because I love a spicy and I love Cheez-Its. So
yeah.
If I can find them at some point, I want to try to get some.
I definitely want to try to get me some too. So yes. I love that for Cordell. I love that for him. And Serena is they doing a thing. I'm just saying. Serena, I don't know if you heard this, but Serena just met with the Queen Bee.
Oh, Beyonce. Shit, no way. Oh, how fun.
Maybe using some of her lines that she said on Love Island in a song, possibly.
Shut up. No. That's so fun.
That's why she wasn't at the panel. That everybody was trying to get on her, talking about something. You just trying to be like Leah and da-da-da. No, she was meeting Queen Bee.
You know what? That is a little bit more important.
a whole lot more important.
Yes, God.
She's getting her coin. She's in her bag, and she has more podcasts coming up. More people. Her hair care product, her hair care stuff is coming. Oh, love it. But yeah,
Good.
so they are making moves and doing their things, and I love that
Good.
for them. I love that for them. That was one thing I wish that we focused on a little bit more in this reunion was the winners, because they deserved that shine because they did win. But now, and Janae being the MVP of this reunion, can I just say, Janae?
Can we? I know it comes up several times. I just want to talk about it right now. When Ariana said, "Oh, and I came with the receipts," no, Ariana, I know you did,
but
Janae came with the paperwork. Janae came with the paperwork.
He said, "Let me go to page 4."
Page 4, baby. The way oh my God.
The way I screamed.
I love Janae. I need Janae on Big Brother. I need Janae on The Challenge. I would watch. If Janae is on The Challenge, I would watch. If
I would watch Janae on anything.
The Traitors, I would watch.
If they put Janae on The Housewives, I'm watching that Housewives.
Janae on The Housewives. Janae on, I don't know. What else the fuck do we want? Janae as a guest judge on Drag Race. I want it.
Janae on anything. I'm watching.
Janae on legitimately any program. I want it.
I want it. My favorite moment from Janae, and I had to get this, and
so cute. I hear there's some news to report. We're pregnant.
I love her.
She is wild. I was like, not Janae talking about some we pregnant. Kenny's face was like, and look, and here's the thing, y'all. I am part of the delusional the Lulu Club, and I will admit that I'm a part of it. And the look on Kenny's face wasn't like, oh, I'm scared. It was, oh, this worked so fast. It's possible it could have happened because we was getting it. We've been getting it in, so it could happen. And the way that, look, as some people say, I'm not Dominican, but the Dominican people who've been on my timeline, but like Kenny been giving them the Dominican rituals every time he been patting her belly, and he has done it several times in and out of the villa. Like he been hitting her belly and rubbing it, and then the Dominicans on the timeline is like, Kenny doing them fertile rituals we be doing. And somebody said, Kenny looked like shot, like it worked that fast. I didn't think it was gonna work so fast.
Too soon, Kenny. Too soon.
That man is in love. I don't care what nobody said.
I'm gonna need a ring on her finger before you do any of that, Kenny.
Period. But
and then I support it wholeheartedly.
And wholeheartedly, I'm all for it.
Wait, okay, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
If okay, I'm not gonna say when they get engaged and have a baby. If it's a boy, do you think they're gonna call him Kenny the second? Because I honestly do. I think Janae would do it. I think Kenny would be so on board with it too.
Kenny the second. I think he would.
So that way, anytime she needs him to come, she can just go, Kenny. I think that'd be adorable.
I think every time Kenny hears her call him Kenny like that, it's music to his ears. He loves it. He's just like, and little crumbs throughout this this reunion was so cute. Like she was like, just looking at him at one point. She just looked at him. She was like, oh, so good. I'm cold. Your hands are keeping me warm. Just little. I was like, so dang cute. Yeah. So dang cute. But now we can get to the Kendall and Nicole situation because this needs conversation. I don't know about you and how you feel about it. I felt extremely awkward watching this conversation. I felt like this conversation deserve not to be talked about on camera. This conversation did not need to be at the reunion, and I feel like the producers should not have had them bring that up at
No.
the reunion, because that's
Especially
a
so
personal
early.
so it just drained all the energy out of the room.
It
It just it felt like a conversation I shouldn't be watching.
No, I agree with that. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about this, because I think both of them are very, very valid in their feelings and in their emotions about the situation.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think Kendall should have lied, but honestly, I'm on Kendall's side in this personally, just because I feel like, and I understand Nicole has been going through a lot of shit right now, and I don't wish that on anybody, because it's a TV show. No one deserves that. Like, the fans are toxic as fuck, and nobody deserves that treatment. However, we don't know what all happened. But I feel like the way Nicole was looking at this and what was said in the reunion felt very selfish from Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the roles were reversed, Kendall would have been there for her no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
And from what it sounds like Kendall was just spazzed the fuck out, did not know what to do. And Nicole didn't provide that stability for him that he needed. Whether that was her not doing it or him not verbalizing, we will never know.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like if the roles were reversed, Kendall would have been there nonstop defending her or staying silent like she did for him.
Mm-hmm.
And again, her getting all this hate and like having to keep it bottled in, I understand, and no one should deal with that, and I understand why she did what she did.
Mm-hmm.
But to lash out at Kendall like this, it did not feel fair for me personally.
Mm-hmm. For me, I agree with you. I think that I understand her feelings. They're very valid. I think she was embarrassed. I think she was hurt. I think she felt betrayed by the lie. And I get all of that. All of that is very, very valid. But I also feel like she tried to take this moment and center it around her when it was not about her.
No.
This man has come out of this villa fully exposed, fully victimized in this situation, because I don't care how you look at it. I don't care when it was done, how it was done, who did what. Kendall is the victim in this situation because revenge porn is illegal, and he was victimized by someone who put that out there. Now, did he put himself in a situation where he could be victimized? Absolutely, because he sent it.
Yeah.
But under no circumstance do we sit here and act like he is not the victim in this situation.
No.
He has been victimized by all of this. But and I understand his feelings about being embarrassed, so embarrassed, just walking out of a show, just getting your phone back to find out all of this is going down.
Yeah.
How do you tell the person who you just told you love them and y'all relationship is still brand new? How do you go about telling them now, oh, yeah, so I did this, and I did this right before we got into the villa? It doesn't matter the time. And here's my problem with Nicole. It doesn't matter the time, because he really didn't have to tell you anything, because y'all weren't together when he did it. He did
not know who the fuck you were. Exactly.
So the timeline means nothing. Y'all were not together when he did it. I can see if he did it after y'all got together and then he did it and sent it. Then
if it was after, absolutely. If it was after, you have every right.
To be mad. You flip out and do all of that. but he didn't know you. You didn't know him. And it doesn't matter if it was an ex-girlfriend from a billion years ago, or if it was just a day before the villa, he got into the villa. Either way it goes, you were not a part of his life. So the timeline means nothing. That was a past thing that you weren't a part of. Now,
and also let's be 100% honest as well. I understand, what he did, and necessarily when he did it. I don't particularly agree with it because I think that's a little too soon for that whole situation. Let's be real and honest. But I understand him doing it and like talking to people on apps the day before you go on, because at the end of the day, most people that came out of this season left single.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very small likelihood that you are going to leave Love Island in an established relationship.
Yep.
So I understand, like, it's a big gamble.
Absolutely.
So why not explore your options before? And then if something happens inside, okay, cool. Like, I agree with you completely. I just think Nicole tried to victimize herself here. And there is an element of that, I will say. And again, Nicole's feelings are 100% valid on this situation, because I don't know how I would react. But as someone who is very freshly in a relationship myself, you have to meet your partner where they are at.
Yeah.
And that level of embarrassment, like, she should be understanding of
Absolutely.
that. And I thought she had more emotional intelligence than clearly she does. Or at least that's the perception I'm getting.
Yeah, I felt like she just wanted people to feel bad for her. And I don't know if she handled this the right way, because she was waiting for him to make the moves and say the things. And then he does it, and then you don't accept it. And then you're like, you're only doing this for the reunion. I'm like, girl, what do you want from him? Because when you went radio silent, you decided to go silent about it. And he decided not to, because going radio silent only for him makes him look guilty. And he has nothing to be ashamed of, honestly, in what he should be, because people have done compromising things and embarrassing things our whole life. And if you get embarrassed,
and everyone copes differently too.
Right. And
like, just because you went radio silent doesn't mean that he needs to as well. If the way that he needs to cope and get over the situation is to be out there and be still being loyal to you, because that is what we saw on socials, and that is what we heard from everybody. Kendall is staying loyal. No, there was no cheating. There was no any of that.
No.
So if he was doing any of that, it would be a different scenario. But
she was talking about seeing girls on Instagram. I say he was at the club. It's gonna be girls at the club. And they're fans. They want to take pictures with somebody who just got off TV. That is what that is. That wasn't him. And even people who were at the club with Kenny was like, he was not doing anything. He was just dancing, having a good time, taking pictures with the fans. That's it. He was loyal, like you say, very loyal. And even on the podcast he was on, he was trying to give Nicole her space, because she was not responding to him. She was not answering his texts or whatever. But he was just like, me and Nicole is difficult coming out of the villa, but we're making it work. We are still together. He never said they weren't together. He made it very clear that they were still together. It was her making things weird. It was her that was making things weird. She wasn't saying anything. When they did go out to the stuff that they were mandatory to go out with, she would not stand by him. She wouldn't sit with him at Universal. Like, you wouldn't even put the show on for the cameras. So how do you expect us to believe that there's actually something still going on between the two of you when you weren't even playing the part? Like, when y'all went to Universal, you could have literally just took some pictures with that man, and that would have shut up social media. That would have shut up social media. That's it. Playful pictures with you kissing him on the cheek. That would have shut up social media. But you couldn't even do that. You couldn't even do that when you got to New York and had a picture or two with him. Y'all going out to getting some pizza or something. Like, you were not hanging with this man at all. We didn't see you together at all. And we have not seen y'all together since the reunion. So it's like, what do you expect from him when he was like, I tried, I called, I sent you texts, I tried to fly you out to Dallas, you wouldn't respond, you didn't want to come, da 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 da. And she's like, no, because I knew you were just trying to do this for the reunion's sake.
No, he's trying to do that because he genuinely gives a fuck about you, Nicole. Like,
it just
that was the
what
what. Kendall did not have a smooth Love Island journey whatsoever. But the one thing we could never say is that he didn't give a fuck about Nicole, because he did.
He really cared.
That's the one thing. He might have been an idiot when it came to stuff in Casa with the other guys. He might have been an idiot when it came to certain comments that he made. But the one thing you can't say is that he wasn't loyal to Nicole, because once he chose Nicole, he was loyal to Nicole.
Yep.
So I don't know. I really thought she had more emotional maturity than that. But
me too. I thought she would be much smarter than that. And it might be the stuff in her past that she was triggered by. Maybe, I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna dead this Kendall Nicole thing because it was so awkward. I feel like Nicole is looking for an out. She just doesn't want to be with him. And I would be more respectful of her if she was like, look, honestly, y'all, I just can't get over the video. I know it wasn't his fault. I know he was a victim, and it might not be fair. I would have
much more respect for her in that case. Yeah, I agree.
And much more if she was like, I just can't personally get over it. That's just something it triggers me. So I can't personally get over it. And I'm sorry if that makes me seem like a bitch or whatever, but I just can't get over it. Because it's not the lie.
Kendall would respect that too.
Yeah. Anybody will respect that. Be like, you know what? I get it. And like Serena was the one who sat here and because like everybody was chiming in on why, you know, trying to defend Kendall. And I can understand how Nicole would feel like they were not having her back. But I'm like, they're trying to tell you, girl, this man was trying. He was definitely trying. And even Janae was like, what could he do to change this?
Janae. I loved Janae piping in whatever she did in this reunion because she's genuinely trying to resolve things, because she's good friends with both of them. So it's like,
yeah, she was kind of like, what could he do? And she couldn't even answer that because you don't know what he could do, because there is nothing he could do.
Because you don't want to be in this relationship anymore.
You don't want to be in a relationship. Obvious. And her still saying, no, we're still together. If I was Kendall, I'd be like, no, we're not. We're not. And we just I'm just going to end it because I don't think you're ready to move on from this. So we're not. If I was Kendall, I would have ended it right there and be like, because I don't feel like it's fair to take this.
But the problem is he doesn't want to end it.
Because
he cares so much about her that he is still doing every single thing he can to get through it.
I would
walk away too.
Because like, if you can't even see that the hurt that I'm going through with this, then what are we doing? Mm-hmm. What are we doing? So I don't know. But then Serena, like, look, she was laughing and Ariana had to be like, why are you laughing? She was like, I'm only laughing because I know for me, somebody lie to me, I'm done. Like I quit. Like we're done. And that's it for me. She's like, so if that's the deal breaker for her. And if she says I'm over it because he lied to me, so be it. We have to respect that. And he has to accept it. And it is what it is. But if she also turns around and gives him a second chance, because I do too believe in second chances, she was like, as we see, she was like, so if she gives him a second chance, I will respect that too. We just have to let them figure it out without all the outside noise. And just let them figure it out. I need Nicole to stop being so petty and just sit and talk to this man and let y'all just have a for real, genuine, true conversation. And you be honest with yourself and figure out if this is something you can handle. Because if you can't handle it, then just let it go. Mm-hmm. Don't drag it out. Don't let this man think he has hope and has a chance with you, only for you to come back and say, nah, I can't do it. You need to have a real retrospective session with yourself, reflect on it, think about it, and be honest. Yes, I can handle this. And if you say yes, you can handle it, you need to forget all the other stuff and you just need to forgive him and be for real about it. But if you can't, then just say that and be like, I can't move on from this. This is it. We got to call it a day. And I respect that too. But
Yeah.
then we move from one awkward conversation to yet another one because we have the Kayla and Aaron of it all. The wildness that was Karen and Aaron. And here's my thing. And we talked about it a little bit at the beginning. I do agree. Kayla and Liv did not let Aaron talk as much as I would have liked to hear him speak on it. But then the things that he did speak on it, I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, seriously, dude. Aaron lies. Aaron lies. And Aaron lies, and he lied all the way up into this reunion, which was the most unnecessary thing I have ever heard in my entire life.
I mean, he came from the Traitors. Are you surprised?
Just, why are we lying up until the reunion when you had several opportunities to tell this girl everything? There is no reason why she is finding stuff out still about what happened at this reunion. Like, what? What? Man. He said it so casually, like, I lied to Kayla. I had my hand down Daniela's pants. I tried to snog her. I did. Like, what? And Kayla was like, wait, what? What? You couldn't tell? We spent the first day in New York together. You couldn't tell me that then? And he was like, well, I didn't want to ruin the first day when we got back together. It was so great that I didn't want to ruin it. And one thing he did admit, he was like, I didn't have the balls to do it. Okay, I'm very happy you took accountability for that, because that's the one true thing you said. But like, why are we still lying at the reunion when you had a whole month to tell this girl everything? And then he was like trying to flip it and say, I lost my grandfather. And I was grieving, and you weren't there to support me at that time. And I felt like I couldn't tell you things. And I was like, no, baby. No, baby. That's not what you go do. And look, I am all about the grief and sympathy for people who are losing grandparents and grief. My condolences go out to him and his family, because that is a sad occasion. And I get it. Grief can make you do some crazy things, but don't try to use that as a manipulation tactic to make her feel bad for you when you're still lying in her face. No, baby. You're muted.
I muted myself because I thought I was unmuting myself. Okay. What Aaron did is not good. I'm not going to sit here and defend his actions, because what he did is wrong, and what he did throughout the entire time in the villa is wrong. Give him the damn opportunity to express the fact that he was sorry, because I feel like that is what he didn't want to, but also just let him speak, period. Let him give his piece, whether it's complete bullshit or whatever. Just let him speak his piece instead of letting people, like, having people talk over him. If it was just Kayla, I think honestly I wouldn't have had as much of an issue. Liv did not need to get into this argument again, and I love Liv dearly. I love Liv on this show. Mm-hmm. She did not need to get into this discussion.
No.
Just because she was sat between them, because she swapped seats with Kayla. She did not need to literally be in the middle of this discussion where both of them constantly talking over him. Like, I don't like Aaron, but let the man speak his piece.
I, for one, feel like Kayla doesn't owe him anything. She gave him plenty of time to speak his piece. She gave him ample time to speak his piece, and he chose not to do it. And
her speech, too, her speech was phenomenal. I have to say. I did. What was it that Serena said? What was the quote? It was something pussy boss.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love that quote. But
I feel like Taylor had every right to go off on this man and continue to just speak her mind because she didn't get to do that in the villa. And that was on her, true. But she didn't get to speak her true mind and thoughts in that villa because she was so rose-colored glasses. The glasses come off. And when they came off, she was able to see clearly and like, oh, no, this man not only has played me, manipulated me, gaslit me, made me look like a fool on national television, international television now, and making me look crazy. And I've cried enough for this man. I've cried enough. And to still sit there and find out more new information that day, Taylor had it. And I am not mad at her for yelling at this man, going off on him, cussing him out, telling him how disgusting, how vile, how gross he is. She don't want to talk to him no more. I don't want to deal with you no more. Just leave me alone. I don't want nothing to do with you. All that she deserved. Did Liv need to say nothing? No, because Taylor had her own back. And see, I think Liv is so used to having Taylor's back because Taylor didn't have a voice in the villa and she had to be Taylor's voice. Taylor didn't need her to be the voice this time. Taylor had her own voice, and all Liv needs to do is sit back and pat the girl on the back like, you go, girl. Absolutely. Tell him again. Tell him again, Jade. Get him again. Like, that's all Liv needed to do. That is all Liv needed to do. And I agree. Liv was overstepping a lot in this thing, talking over him. It wasn't up to her. She didn't have to say anything. That was my pet peeve with Liv. I was like, girl, you really ain't got a dog in this fight. Like, let these two dogs fight it out and call it a day. This had nothing to do with you. But being Taylor's voice in the villa, she felt like she needed to be Taylor's voice outside the villa. And that's not what it's needed to be. That wasn't needed. No. I love, like you said, we love Liv down here. We stand Liv in this house. But that was not the opportunity for her to do that. It was just like, okay, girl, we didn't need that. But I was very proud of Taylor being able to finally speak her piece and say what she needed to say. Then we move into the social media fallout. A lot of the Islanders were talking about how people were being portrayed on social media, how people reacted on social media. We did get an apology from Coy right off the bat. Let me just say,
loved it
off the bat from Coy about Janae and Kenny and their relationship. And what we found out afterwards, Janae was talking in one of the Twitter spaces. Of course, I was in there because I'm just that person. She was talking about.
I love that you are, because baby, I don't have time for that shit. So I'm glad you are. Give me the tea.
I am very, like I said, I'm in my delusional world, and I will just say Janae is right there with us. So Janae knows her people, and her people know her, and so we are living in this delusional land together. We love it. But she did mention that Coy did apologize to her behind the scenes, like but backstage before the show, and he apologized to her and Kenny backstage. And she was like, and she told him, she said, I definitely accept your apology. She said, but very publicly, you said what you said, so very publicly, I would like an apology. And so he publicly gave her an apology.
Hey, I
was like,
work, Coy.
I mean, it was perfect.
The one thing you said in this reunion, and you know what? I'm happy to see it. I ain't too mad at it anymore.
I'm not mad at it, but then he did try to shade it a little bit, talking about I mean, you were with me, and then you were with Connor, and then you were with Hakeem, and then you were with him. And I was like, first of all, you didn't say that. But whatever. And even when he was saying it, Janae and Kenny both was looking at him like, But okay, but they accepted it.
But hey, the sentiment is there. He still doesn't know how to verbalize himself properly.
No, he does not know how to communicate.
The sentiment is there, and the sentiment was expressed, and for that, I am happy to see it. So.
I mean, he did better than some people because some people didn't say apologies at all. Who deserved to say some apologies? Connor. I want to know. Because well, we'll talk about that. But we get into some more comments that were made from Andrea and how she dealt with being dumped from the villa, going on social media, constantly doing things, saying things, going on different podcasts, doing the most. And Ariana asked her and Rob if this is the first time they were seeing each other, and they were since the villa, and he was like, yeah, and he was like, how do you feel? And he was like, Rob is icked out by Andrea. We all heard him. He just is not feeling her. He didn't know the Andrea in the villa
we now know.
That we know. And that we saw in the villa. Like, he didn't see that side of Andrea that we all saw of Andrea in the villa. And even the girls was like, the only thing she talked to us about was being an influencer, getting tables at these expensive clubs after this, and you know, how much this show is gonna blow her up, blah, blah, blah. Rob only saw the sweet Andrea. The Andrea who was into him, the Andrea who just wanted to, you know. So he was shocked by this.
Mm-hmm. And I would be too. If you find out that they are switching things up when you're not seeing it, I don't blame Rob here. I thought this whole Andrea moment was just really weird. I gotta be honest. Like, I don't really have anything else to say beyond that because, like, again, she is valid in her feelings. People should not be coming for her on socials for that. But, like, if you are gonna, like, switch things up,
I don't know what
you're gonna get backlash.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's what Janae said in a different interview. She was like, because everybody's pretty been cool and being the folks who switched up haven't really tried to come, you know, and hang out or whatever. She said, except one who did the switch up and then now is trying to come back and like, hey girl, let's link up, let's hang out, da da da. And she's like, why would we do that? And she was talking about Andrea. And so I just felt like she and I understand her saying that that's how she coped with things. She felt like she needed to clear her name and say things on social media and da da da, but realized later on that that's just not the right way to go. But agree, she should realize if you go do the switch up, there is going to be consequences to your actions, and her consequences were grossing Rob out, the person who she actually liked, and now he doesn't want anything to do with you. Talking nonsense about Leah, who is now one of the most popular people who leaves the villa, and have all her fans come at you like, oh no, not too much on Leah, not too much, and then you're, you know, saying she's two-faced. And I mean, you got out the villa and went ham talking about people. And so I don't know what she expected. But it was weird. And then we had some I mean, Cassie was like, they asked Rob, Ariana asked Cassie how her and Robin's relationship was. He was like, we're friends.
We're friends.
We send TikToks to each other, but that's about it. Like,
half of these people and half of these conversations did not need to happen. Because I'm like,
No.
why are we talking about Cassie? Love Cassie. She was lovely, but
she was there for a day and a half.
Literally.
2 days. 2 days. Time.
Literally a day and a half. Like,
I think she was there for maybe 2-3 days. I would give that. Maybe 2-3 days. But like, it was just so wild. Leah talking to my problem is this. I don't like how they tried to undermine Leah and Miguel's relationship just to uplift Leah and Rob's past relationship. Like, it was a lot of conversation about Leah and Rob, and I'm like, okay, that was a part of the beginning, and we can talk about it, but don't act like Leah and Rob is the only story in Leah's life or her Love Island journey. Like,
right,
she got a whole boyfriend out of this.
Literally.
After being played in her face by Rob several times. And now y'all just want to focus on that part of her Love Island journey when that wasn't the case. Like that's it. It just it's very weird to me. But we did have a
Because
little.
like we've been, oh sorry, because like we've been saying the whole time, we both agreed they were kind of focusing a lot on the weird things and not on the things that really should have been focused on, like we talked about. Serena and Cordell should have gotten a lot more because at the end of the day, they won the whole damn thing. Like we should have gotten a little bit more with them. Where's all this Universal footage? We were talking about it before we started this, but like, where is all of this footage that y'all have been doing when they went to Universal? When Janae landed in Dallas to go see Kenny? Like, where is this footage? Instead, we're focusing on minor characters that we don't need to be focusing on all that much. And it's just like confusing as all hell. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm very confused about it. I'm like, I don't understand what is happening. Where, you know, where's this footage? We saw them recording. We saw a cute little the moments at like it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It like I say, focusing on the weird things, not focusing on what's important. We could have had some really great moments showing. I mean, I'm guessing they didn't want to do that because we didn't have moments from all 4 of the top 4. But it doesn't matter. You had a whole lot of stuff from all these other things. And I don't know. We had some people talking about bullying online. Daya mentioned that the responsibilities that each Islander has of liking and retweeting and reposting videos of other people, because that if you repost something or retweet something, that let your fans know that you co-sign with this and you're okay with it. So that gives them the freedoms to go continue to send you more hate. And so we need to be responsible about who or what we're retweeting and reposting. And I'm like, that definitely makes sense because, you know, if you see your favorites like, oh yeah, they like this tweet about this person that they don't like, that means we don't like them together. And so we can continue to be mean to them. And that's not the case. You shouldn't do that. And so she was like, I appreciate that Serena, you know, didn't go on podcast going off. And Serena was like, I appreciate that you didn't go on podcast or anything after the show. And even on your live, switching it up and, you know, talking about how bad we are, blah, blah, blah. She's like, no.
The Serena and Daya resolution, I love.
I love all of the resolutions because each one of them said that. They were like, we have no problems with any of the Casa girls. Janae mentioned that her and Catherine are good friends. They're friends and she likes her a lot. Daya and Serena like each other a lot. They respect each other a lot. Leah has no problem with Sierra. She thinks Sierra's beautiful and they don't have any issues with each other. So I'm like, none of the Casa girls and the OG girls have problems. Even Kayla, which I feel like the only person who could have some issues with their Casa girl is
It's not really her.
It's Kayla, because Daniela straight lied to her face constantly too, over and over again when she was asking her like what happened. Sure, it's not Daniela's fault that Aaron did all of this stuff. But if I'm Kayla and I'm coming to you and I'm asking you, just be honest. Just tell me what happened. Just tell me what happened. And you keep leaving stuff out. And you're doing the same thing he doing. So it's like
exactly
neither one of y'all respect me enough to be honest with me. Okay. So if anybody could have a reason to be mad with a Casa girl is Kayla, but she doesn't even have a problem with Daniela. She's like, we're fine. It's him. I have no beef with you because honestly, he was the one responsible for making the decisions. You were doing what you were supposed to do, what you need to do to get to the villa. I get it. So I love that they're not upset with the Casa girls and the Casa girls are not upset with them. And I think that's how it should be because honestly, it's neither of their faults. It's not their faults. The men had the decisions to make because they were the ones who was quote unquote in a relationship with them. And it would have been the same thing with the Casa boys. We wouldn't be mad at the Casa boys because they didn't do it. It was the women who made the decision to do or what to do and what not to do with the boys. So it was interesting.
Yeah. Can we move to, I don't know if there was anything else in between. Can we talk about the complete raw footage from the Andrea dumping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this took up like a solid 15 minutes of this reunion, and I truthfully wasn't mad at it. Because I'm glad that we're finally seeing that transparency of like what the fuck actually happened, just for us to see that everything they said happened the way that they said it did.
I did not need 15 minutes of footage for that. I was so annoyed.
I'm happy we saw it. I'll say that much. But
I didn't need it. Because honestly, I was done with it when it happened on the show. It was like, I didn't know why we kept dealing with it even later on after the show. I'm like, who cares? She's gone.
A lot of people, actually, a lot of people can't talk about it. I know.
She's gone. Dead it. Like, over it. Like, let it go. It doesn't matter who voted what and who said what and why we said this and who was pushing for this. She's gone. So I was so annoyed. I guess maybe I'm in the minority here, but I could care less. Like, that 15 minutes could have been on Connor getting whacked, on more whackings to Aaron, more whacking to Rob, who deserves more. Like, it could have been over on we could have just talked about Casa a little bit more. I would have rather them talk about have raw unedited footage from Casa and the weirdo girl Sydney who wasn't there. Like, I would have rather talked about something like that. Like, I would have rather we talked about anything else other than that, because we took 15 minutes for us to sit there and watch that exactly what happened on the show is exactly what happened. That was the exact conversation. It was just a longer version of, well, what do we think? I don't know. I don't think so. We should do this. We should do that. But I don't think she's here for the right reason. But this girl kissed this guy and this girl kissed this guy. And I think she's here for a better reason. It doesn't matter. She's gone. I just was so, I'm glad it's out there and I'm glad it's shown and it's just completely done now, and we can see that Liv, you were the driver of that bus. You drove it home. You wanted Nicole gone because Nicole was coming after your man. We get it. 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 But you didn't get your way because the valid points for why Andrea should go made more sense, and it wasn't because of Leah. So I was just like, ugh. I didn't like it. I was over it. But what I did like that Leah was like, she apologized to Leah for taking Rob's words and not checking with Leah first, because Rob left out a huge chunk of the conversation, which drove this all crazy, because Leah told him, I was trying to take a backseat. Rob said, Leah said she took a backseat.
Trying
was the key word.
And that's what all of these people were doing with my emotions and my stability. They were trying it.
Man, it was so wild. But what I got from this whole thing is the friends are friends for real.
Oh yeah.
And they go stick with their friends and they go stick up for their friends and they go be like, what you not gonna do is come for my girl. When Miss Janae pulled out the notes and was like, okay, but you said on page 4,
paragraph 3, subsection B,
right? You said this. So what?
Janae is so us, and I do love.
She's
Janae
so
for
mean.
that.
Oh, I love it. I love her down to the core. I love that girl. She's so mean, and she was just like, "This is who it is. What do we have here?" And when Andrea was like, "So," and Ariana was like, "So what do we do? How do we fix this?" Basically, she just need to keep Leah's name out of her mouth. That's it. We can move on now. Keep Leah's name out your mouth. And that is it. It's so funny because Janae came to stand on business and she was like, I don't care about me. You could do and say whatever you want to say about me. But what you're not going to do is talk about my man, and you ain't going to talk about PPG. You talk about my man on PPG, that's it. We have problems.
Yeah.
And that's what she did. She stood on that. And then she even went to Aaron, was like, oh, I have notes for you too, because are you going to apologize to the girls for calling them idiots after the Andrea dumping, because do you now understand where they were coming from? And he's like, yeah, I apologize for that. I just thought that y'all took it differently from how we did it, and I didn't think it was logical for somebody. She was like, except it should have been Janae. He's like, I mean, you weren't in a relationship and da. Yeah. Even when Andrea was like, I mean, I get it. Y'all picked Janae because she was your friend. All of them, Serena, Leah, Liv, Kayla was like, no, that's not what it was. That's not what it was. I was like, ooh. But in the flip side, the same thing could be said about the Casa girls, because they grew a bond and a friendship that they are so close and tight together that they were sticking up for each other, and they were, they knew their place, and it was, they knew that they couldn't come in like, they were like, we weren't trying to be disrespectful. We were just trying to do our part and play this, play this game. I thought it was lovely. Honestly, I felt the boys were a little too mute. Like, I thought Rob would have stuck up for Aaron a little bit more than he did, but Rob did not say anything on Aaron's behalf. Anything. He was like, he's an idiot, yeah, but he's trying.
It was honestly, it was kind of refreshing. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was kind of refreshing. I was like, okay, Rob, you saw what they saw and what we saw. Cool. And I do like, he was like, I still care about him, I still love him, but like,
he was an idiot.
He's an idiot. I'll take that from Rob.
I'll take that. I will take that. That is very much growth. I mean, I think Rob saw it in the villa that Aaron was an idiot. After all the advice Rob was trying to give him, he was just like, I don't know. Yeah, but he's an idiot. He hopefully he will grow from this. And I do hope everybody who left that reunion will take what they had and thrown at them and will grow from it. And they could be a little dysfunctional family. It's always that cousin or two that you might not particularly care for, but if you see them out, you go be like, hey, what's up? That's it. So I hope that they do walk away from this feeling like, yeah, everything might not have gotten resolved. I don't know. I think Mother said in our spaces of things or things out there, she was like, she felt a little weird leaving the reunion. I don't think everything was resolved, but I think they got to a place of, okay,
that's just how it's going to be now.
Right. This is just what it is, and it's not what you can, not much else you could say. I do hope Love Island, y'all have so much footage. Peacock, y'all got so much footage. Y'all could make another compilation, a little behind the scenes type thing, and drop it for us.
At least of like the Universal stuff, because I would like to see some of that. Honestly, I would.
I would love,
even if it's like a YouTube video. Like I would love to see some of that. But
just put the clips out on TikTok or something. I don't know.
Right. We did also get the announcement. We are getting season 7 of Love Island USA next year, and 100% confirmed.
Yes.
Love Island Games is returning for 2025. Yay! I wish it was this year, but I'll take it.
Right. I'll take it.
I love it.
I hope we get it really a good one. I think, like I said, I think from this season, I could see Rob, I could see Liv, I could see
Kaylor.
I could see Kaylor. I could see Kaylor.
I could see Kendall at this point.
I think Kendall needs to take a break. I don't think he needs to go on there.
Yeah. You know who I do want to see? I want to see Sierra. I want to see Sierra.
I'd love to see like a Sierra or
Catherine.
Catherine, maybe. I wouldn't mind. A Harrison.
I wouldn't even mind. Absolutely. I wouldn't even mind Daniela, honestly.
No, honestly, I think she would be one.
You know what? Give Cassie her moment again. Let Cassie do it.
I wouldn't mind seeing any of them. I mean,
no.
I don't want my couples to go there because they're couples. They don't need to go to Love Island.
Well, obviously. But like, I would love to see Janae and Kenny again.
I would love
Can they just go in as a couple
and stay as a couple?
As a couple?
And stay a couple?
Yes.
Like, I feel like we should have a couples Love Island games. Like, let's bring PPG.
We talked about that before. I do remember us talking about that before, and
Yeah,
I would love that. So,
and it's a couple of other people, Islanders from different seasons, who are still together. Let's get Bergie and Taylor and Marco and Hannah, and I'm sure
yeah,
some people from the other
international
internationals
ones.
who's
Yeah,
still together, right? I know
there's
Locken
got to
and
be
Whitney,
enough.
uh, Cindy and Edgar,
The couple that just won Love Island UK, I think they're still
Josh
together
and
too.
Mimi, Josh and
Josh and Mimi, yeah.
Mimi.
I could not
Yeah,
remember his name. I was like, I don't know his name, but yeah, Josh and Mimi for sure.
yeah. Let's bring a couple. But Leah is not dealing with Love Island. Serena is not doing that anymore. So
No,
I think the only way we can get a reality TV for Leah and Serena if it's just PPG and they men. That's the only way they would do a reality TV again. And it would
yeah.
not be with the Love Island people.
No, I feel like, I do honestly think Janae, Serena, or Leah could do like a Challenge USA. I think they could do, if and when that ever comes back. Like, I do think they would be primed for that. I think they could make the transition to other shows.
I think Kenny
fairly
would do
easily.
great on Challenge USA.
I think Kenny would destroy the challenge and become a challenge mainstay, honestly.
I think Kenny would do great on Challenge USA. He's like a silent assassin. Like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I think he would want Janae there. So
probably. But
yeah. But I think that's it, y'all. I think we did it. This is the end of Love Island season 6. I still love this season. It's probably going to go down as the best season of Love Island of all times. UK, US, all over the world. It was really that good. This group is so amazing, and I hope nothing but the best for everybody. I'll be honest. I hope nothing but the best for everybody. I hope everybody can get the mental help that they need for their own mental health. Take a walk, go enjoy friends and family, put down social media for a day, breathe, read a book. I just want nothing but the best for them. Each couple, I hope they thrive and are happy together. And yeah, I hope nothing but the best for them. Overall, the season still is amazing.
It's such a good season.
I probably would rewatch it if I ever wanted. You know, something is good when you can rewatch it and still be, love it. So,
entertained.
Yeah, I think I would. But that is that, y'all. We appreciate you spending this time talking to us about this reunion. Let us know in the comments what you think about the reunion, what you thought about everything, what was your grievances with the reunion, what was your thoughts about the reunion, what you wanted to see in the reunion. Let us know if we missed anything that we should have talked about in the reunion. Send all your comments to the comment section below. We appreciate that. And subscribe and hit the notification bell on this channel and all of our other channels. Those links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links if you want to listen to us on the go. Check me out on TikTok because I did a whole series about Love Island. So go check out my TikTok. Is Lady J 78 on TikTok as well. I did my reunion update yesterday, so check that out as well. Follow us on our Patreon is down there too. That link will be down there as well. Follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok as well. And you can always get your cup merch if you scroll down a little bit more. Yeah, that way.
I'm not used to being on this side.
I know you're not on that side.
Always left.
Yep.
For me because I'm usually in the spot, but that way.
This way. Lana G's Creations at Etsy.com. That link will be in the description below as well. And we're going to get out of here, y'all. We appreciate you. And we will see you soon. Because we're going to be talking about more stuff. The Anonymous started. So we'll be talking about that too.
Woo!
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
I hear there's some news to report. We're pregnant.
I love that girl.